through here, and then a little round through here and underneath. I'm not going to worry about the little ones. I'm just going to kind of do a big cluster, medium, and then a kind of medium large cluster there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to wet around the clouds and not worry too much about the shapes, so that the paper will be damp where the blue is going to go. All right, and then I'm going to put some underneath here for the bottom cloud, and over here, and then I'm going to come in here a little to wet this and come up against this. And then I'm going to take my blue, which I've already mixed up, and I'm going to drop it in, and it is very dark. So I'm going to find some, I don't know if that's cyan or not, but whatever it is.
CYAN, yeah.
That's it? Huh.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, well, we'll mix it up with this a little bit. And I'm going to drop it into where I have the water.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to put it in, going to put it a little darker up here. And down in through the clouds. I may not go all the way into the dry, because if I do, I'll end up with hard edges. But here, see, I didn't go all the way, so it's soft. Here it's hard.
Right.
And same thing down here.
So you can see where it's wet.
Yeah. You have to look kind of sideways to see it.
Right, right.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
And you're putting the blue in where it's wet.
Where it's wet, and keeping my clouds kind of dry. Now what's happened is that part is dried already, so I have to kind of come back in and see what I can do to make this more interesting. Okay, so we got, now that's really hard. I don't want that to be so hard. So I wet my brush, squeeze it out a little bit, and then just push some water into it to soften that edge.
Yeah.
Okay. And if it's not, you know, if it doesn't, if the white cloud gets a little bit of blue in it, it's no big deal.
Right.
But kind of softening that is important in a few places. It doesn't have to be soft everywhere. It doesn't have to be perfect. You know, some are just, these are soft, these are hard.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, when it's time, when this dries, then you can think about putting some of the darks in under it. And what you do is you probably take the same color and you mix in a little lavender or purple. Here's some little mineral purple. So we'll mix that in. And if it's, you know, you need to test it out on a piece of paper. Just try it over here. That's too purple. But if I take a little neutral tint, where's your neutral tint?
Right here.
And I mix that in with it. And that might have been too much. See, that's too much. But we'll pick up a little bit more purple.
Yeah.
And we'll try to get something in between. Kind of. If it's light enough. If it's light enough, it's okay. All right. So then what you can do is you take a clean brush, and where you want to put in your cloud, your underneath cloud, which is kind of here, you put in your water. Make sure you put enough water.
So you're not doing the whole entire cloud.
Right.
And just where that's going to go.
And then you're just going to drop in little bits of your shadow color. Now that's, in my mind, a little too different than the color that's there. So I'm going to bring in a little bit more of the blue.
That looks darker.
Yeah. And for me, it's a little too dark. So I'm going to clean this brush, squeeze it out, and just gently pull some off, maybe, and maybe scrub the edges a little, so that it's not, so that the shadow is not so dark that it's overwhelming.
I see.